You're firing Bob Chapek? Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Christmas has come early here at the Walt Disney World Resort because Bob Chapek is out of here and Bob Iger has returned as CEO of the Walt Disney Company. Welcome into this Inside 300 breaking news update. I'm your host, Brian Perry. Here is everything you need to know about the shocking return of Bob Iger.
Bob is going to be running the company. What this is about really is, we believe, a really good succession process and a really smart transition process. We're not concerned at all about creating any confusion.
Bob Iger is returning to the Walt Disney Company.
Bob Iger is chief once again.
Former CEO Bob Iger will return to the company for 2 years.
And current CEO Bob Chapek has stepped down.
Less than 6 months after his contract as CEO of the Walt Disney Company was extended for 3 years, Bob Chapek is on the way out. Coming in to take the reins of the company is Bob Iger, the former head of the Mouse, who led the company to record highs in revenue during his tenure as CEO that began back in 2005. It was just this last June when Susan Arnold, chairman of Disney's board, had this to say about Chapek. In this important time of growth and transformation, the board is committed to keeping Disney on the successful path it is on today, and Bob's, Chapek, leadership is key to achieving that goal. Bob is the right leader at the right time for the Walt Disney Company, and the board has full confidence in him and his leadership team. This was in June. Not a few years ago, but a few months ago. Fast forward less than half a year later, and Susan Arnold is back at it again with another quote, though this one is a bit different. We thank Bob Chapek for his service to Disney over his long career, including navigating the company through the unprecedented challenges of the pandemic. The company says that Chapek chose to step down himself. Just days ago, he had announced plans for a hiring freeze and cost cuts following the company's poor quarterly earnings report. Disney stock hit a 52-week low on November 9th, and many Wall Street analysts have painted a bleak near future for Disney, one whose fortune rides heavily on the success of its streaming platforms. Chapek stepped into his role as CEO at quite literally the most inopportune time. February 2020 gave the now former boss just 1 month of a COVID-less world. Despite the pandemic, Disney bounced back nicely and reached staggering levels of success just last summer. No matter, the company's success and thus Chapek's were constantly overshadowed by his tumultuous relationship with Hollywood and politics. From his handling of the Scarlett Johansson Black Widow pay situation to drawing ire from not one, but both sides of the political aisle with his response or lack thereof to the dubbed Don't Say Gay bill, Chapek literally failed to make allies with pretty much anyone. Seriously, anyone. He even had a falling out with Iger, as the two barely spoke anymore. His lack of charisma and, more importantly, lack of relatability with the public, media, and even his own employees and cast members proved to be his downfall. His replacement, ironically, is the man whose shadow he was never able to escape. Iger wrote a letter to employees and cast members Sunday night, alerting them of the news and thanked them for all they do. He also made mention of, quite frankly, how surprised he is to once again be sitting at the head of the table. And that's going to do it for this episode of Inside 300. If you like what you saw, be sure to subscribe. Click that bell icon. Hello, bell. Just so you're notified every time we come out with brand new content. I've been your host, Brian Perry. I'll see you next time. And as always,
Bye-bye.